Hey guys, it's Kevin from JazTime.com. JazTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price of the watch, simply click on the links in the description below. If you enjoy our videos, we would greatly appreciate it if you would buy a watch from JazTime.com once in a while. Alright, so today we're going to be doing a quick comparison between the Rolex Datejust 41 here on my left, reference number 126300, versus the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 39 here on my right, reference number 114300. We'll be going over the dial, bezel, case crown, bracelet clasp, and we'll talk about the movements towards the end of the video. Alright, so jumping right into the dials, you can see almost very similar dial architecture types. You can see the index hour markers for both of these watches. The index hour markers are both fashioned in 18 karat white gold to prevent any tarnishing. We have the Rolex crown logos at the 12 o'clock position, also made out of the white gold. And we also have the white gold hands with luminous tippings on both hands. So both watches do have the visibility in the dark. As the index hour markers and the hands will glow in the dark for up to 8 hours to have that visibility during the dark, and also being already easily visible during the day to read. The difference in dial colors, however, the Datejust 41 is the dark rhodium dial color. You can see that beautiful sunburst patterning. As I tilted against the light here, you can see that kind of has a nice line of contrast with a shinier portion on the other parts of it. Whereas the Oyster Perpetual just has the black dial, nice matte black sort of style. However, they both do have different configurations for the dial colors, as these are both sort of dressier style watches. However, the Datejust 41 is much more dressier than the 39, and we'll get more into that a little bit later. So for the color styles that you can get the Datejust 41, if you're not interested in the dark rhodium, you can get that in the white, black, silver, or blue dial colors. For the Oyster Perpetual 39, you can get that in a white, blue dial with green index, or not, rather, behind the index hour markers is the tiny little square markers between each one, and that changes colors based on the dial color. So with the blue dial, you get green squares. The red grape dial, you get red squares, and the rhodium dial, so a similar style of rhodium as the 41 on this watch, will have light blue hour marker squares right behind it. So the other difference that is obviously very noticeable is that we have a date window with a 3 o'clock position on the Datejust 41, as the name states, Datejust, and the Oyster Perpetual does not have a date window, so it doesn't have that additional complication there. The date window is also adding a Cyclops lens on top of that sapphire crystal. They both have sapphire crystals, but specifically for the Datejust 41, we have this little protrusion here called a Cyclops lens, and that helps magnify the date for easier viewing of that date. So if you're interested in having the date on the watch, obviously you go with the Datejust 41. If not, you like the simplistic look of just having the watch face, and you can go with the Oyster Perpetual 39. As we move on now, you may look at the bezels and be like, they're pretty much the same type of bezel, right? Nice high polish that encapsulates the dial very nicely. It looks very beautiful, adds an additional shine to the watch. But actually, they are different style bezels. For the 41, we have a smooth style bezel, and it'll be more noticeable if I put it flat against the side here. You'll see that the smooth style bezel has a nice flat diagonal downwards into the casing, so it has that smoothness to it, whereas the 39mm, the Oyster Perpetual, has what's called the dome bezel. You can see it has that dome look to it from the outer portion from the case to the sapphire crystal. So nice smooth down and then domed up. So those are the differences between the bezel. Now, as we move on to the casing, there's one of the reasons why the Datejust 41 is more of a dressier watch than the 39mm, and that's because if you look at the lugs of the case, we have a nice high polish on the lugs of the 41, whereas the Oyster Perpetual opts to go the sportier route and goes with the satin finish, the brushed steel look, and you'll see the high polish again at the bottom of the lugs, and a nice satin finish on the 39 here, which is once again is a sportier style of polishing. All right, so there is a difference in sizing of the case as well, just a 2mm difference. We have a Datejust 41, so 41mm from my index finger to my thumb. That's 41mm in diameter. 39mm in diameter from my index finger to my thumb here for the Oyster Perpetual 39. Both watches are made out of the same steel casing, the 9040 steel, which is an in-house made steel by Rolex that has additional shine and corrosion resistance. And as we move on to the crown functions now, they both have the same style crown, which is a twin-lock double waterproofness system. But of course, the Datejust 41 has that additional complication to be able to adjust the date. That's blocked by the minute hand now, so I'll go actually move that out of the way and show you how the crown works. So with the crown, you just unwind it counterclockwise, as shown. And from there, pulling it all the way to the end position will allow you to move the hand out of the way, pushing it back. So in the standard position right here, when it first comes out, this is where you can wind the watch. About 15 to 20 winds is all you need to get the watch started once more. Pulling the crown out next to the next position will allow you to adjust the date instantaneously, very simply as shown, so very easy to use. The Oyster Perpetual, of course, does not have that function, but in this final position, this is what the Oyster Perpetual does have. Stops the seconds hand for precise time settings, such as to an atomic clock online. You can set it down to the exact seconds, while being able to shift the hands bidirectionally as shown, so you can set the time however you like. So the Oyster Perpetual works the same way as the Datejust 41, just without that initial tug here to be able to adjust the date. But that's pretty much the only difference there. They both screw down nice and tight in against the case similarly, and they also both have the same water resistance as well, which is 100 meters or 330 feet. We'll go ahead and move on to the next portion, which is the bracelet. So this is another reason why the Datejust 41 comes out more of a dressier watch versus the Oyster Perpetual being more of a sportier watch, is look at that Oyster bracelet. Very beautiful Oyster bracelets, but one major difference is that down the center of the Datejust 41, you'll see that nice high polish on the center, whereas the 39 once again opts for that nice sand finish throughout the whole bracelet. You'll see that as I shift it downwards, you'll see that nice sand finish throughout, whereas the 41 keeps that high polish even through the clasps there. Same style, different style of embossing the Rolex logo onto the clasp itself. There you can see from this, I'll show you from the sides here, you can see that it protrudes on the clasp for the 41, whereas it's more stamped inwards onto the 39. But moving down through that, same thing. Oyster bracelet, high polish on the left, sand finish on the right. For the clasp, we have the same style clasp, which is the folding oyster clasp, just opens up as so. So we'll open up that one and open up that one, and there we are. Nice high polished clasp blades with the Rolex name embossed onto the clasp blades itself there. So very beautiful clasp blades, same style clasp, very easy to use. As you can see, just closes up back up as so. Moving on to the movement now, I wanted to actually start with the 39, the Oyster Perpetual 39 first before I talk about the Datejust movement. So for the 39mm movement, it runs Rolex's 3132 movement, which is an in-house made movement by Rolex. Has the precision of -2 + 2 seconds a day, which is, they boast about the 6 o'clock position for both watches because they're both under COSC certification, which has the superlative chronometer officially certified at the 6 o'clock position. And they're both perpetual mechanical self-winding movements with the functions of the central hour, minute, and seconds hand, that stopping of the seconds hand for precise time setting. The Datejust 41, of course, has the additional complication of being able to adjust the date instantaneously. They both have the oscillator of the paramagnetic blue polychrome hairspring, which adds additional resistance against magnetism. And the high performance Paraflex shock absorbers, which is in-house make shock absorbers by Rolex, which they claim absorbs 50% more shocks in extreme conditions. So where does the difference lie? Well, one of the differences for the 3132, which I have in my hand here with the movement, is the power reserve of the 48 hours. So it's a 48-hour power reserve, meaning you can put this watch on a Friday evening, pick it back up on a Saturday evening or a Sunday afternoon. It'll be keeping time just fine. But the Datejust 41 runs a newer style movement called the 32 3235 movement, which is an update from the 3135 movement, which was previously used in such pieces as the Date Submariner, the Deep Seas and Sea Dwellers, and they actually just recently moved up to the 3235, I believe. I believe the Submariner still runs the 3135 at the moment, but the newer Sea Dwellers and Deep Seas run the 3235 now. And what the difference between the 3235 is in comparison to the 3132 or the 3130 or 3135 is that they added the Chronology escapement. So it still has the paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring, the high performance shock absorbers, but now we have the Chronology escapement, which helps with energy efficiency on the watch and helps with precise time setting, because the Chronology escapement is a skeletonized escapement wheel made out of nickel phosphorus. The skeletonization helps with a reduction of inertia, so it helps keep that precise time setting, but then also made out of nickel phosphorus, so it works in conjunction with that parachrome hairspring to keep that additional magnetic resistance as well. But it also updates the power reserve of this specific watch to 70 hours. So that means you can put this watch out on a Friday evening, pick it back up on a Monday evening, and it'll be keeping time just fine. So let me actually go ahead and show you these watches on my wrist. We're going to go ahead and start with the 41 first. So we're going to open that up. I do have an average man size wrist, which is a 7-inch wrist. And there we are for that. So there's the watch on the wrist. See, very beautiful, high polished, dark rhodium. Looks very beautiful underneath the light. The high polish just going throughout the whole bracelet makes it look like a much dressier style watch. And then the 39 Oyster Perpetual. Go ahead and get that on now. Typically, Rolex bracelets in general fit a 7.5 inch wrist, and it is adjustable by small adjustments on the back of the clasp. Okay, so there we are. Nice sand finish throughout. Just very simple dial. The block dial, very simple index hour markers, no extra complications or dates, and just looks like an overall very sleek and very, very beautiful watch. As you can see, side profiles, they both don't sit too high off the wrist, will fit in our suit cuffs, dress cuffs very nicely. So if you're interested in either one of these watches for the lowest possible price, check out our website, JazTime.com. We have the lowest prices guaranteed. We offer you a 1-year warranty. And if you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe below. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys soon.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at JazTime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.